Nestled amidst the serene landscapes of Kandhamal, Banabasi Seva Samiti has been a beacon of hope for children with disabilities for decades. A place where compassion meets commitment, where dreams of inclusion are nurtured with care and purpose. However, the journey has not been easy. Children with disabilities often face challenges that go beyond physical limitations, barriers created by society, attitudes, and lack of understanding. Recognizing these challenges, CIAI took a bold step forward, joining hands with Aaina to launch a transformative initiative, Rakshan.
We came to know Banabasi Sevatamiti through adoption, and we were deeply interested in understanding which were the major problems of Odisha and especially of the Kandhamal area. So doing some research and especially talking with our partners, Banabasi, Aaina and Grambikas, we had discovered that one of the major challenges were related to child abuse, especially early pregnancies and child marriages.
रक्षणर प्रोजेक्ट माध्यम जो कार्यक्रम चली जोटा आईना हाथ को नहीं जो थी कि डिजेबल सेक्टर सब वर्गर पिला एवं स्टाफ मान को ओरिएंटेज करवा विशेषकर आमर बनवासी सेवा समिति जो कार्यक्रम चलुची जमती कि विजुअल इम्पेयर्ड स्कूल एवं हियरिंग इम्पेयर्ड स्कूल एवं मेंटल रिटायर्ड स्कूल तो सेठिकार जो स्टाफ मन रहिले से को विभिन्न थर ओरिएंटेशन करवा एवं विशेषकर समस्त को साइन लैंग्वेज शिखेबा एवं गोटे मोटो रहिला जे आमे लास्ट को जोटा कार्यक्रम हम इनक्लूजन कार्यक्रम हम जो गोटे डिजेबल एवं नॉन डिजेबल भितर गोटे समन्वय रहिबो.
Rakshan, meaning to protect, was not just a project, it was a promise. A promise to build a society where inclusion is not an afterthought, but a way of life. The mission was clear: to develop the capacities of staff at BSS and other institutions, to sensitize them to disability issues and equip them to extend their support with empathy and understanding. The first step was capacity building, training the backbone of BSS. Its dedicated staff who work tirelessly with children. Through a series of interactive sessions, Aaina introduced them to the world of disability, sensitizing them to the barriers persons with disabilities might face, physical, emotional, and societal.
This was a challenge for us, so we started actually working on this. We developed the modules, we developed what would be the notion and how the program is going to run over there. So a design was formulated, and then we come up with a proposal to Valentina saying there will be 5 or 6 activities that we are going to do through which the promotion can happen, the promotion of inclusion can happen. So for the first time we had a workshop with the senior management and the staff of Baliguda Seva Samiti, where we had to discuss about what inclusion means to us, and how by excluding people we are actually kind of creating a problem for ourselves. So once that is understood, people would be like much more ready at the mental level to implement the inclusion. So that's what exactly happened when we started this the workshop for the management and for the staff. We are also a little bit apprehensive because for the first time we are also kind of meeting them. But then the kind of enthusiasm we actually saw among the people and also among the management, that kind of encouraged us to go ahead. The next level was to have a workshop even with the children, to let them understand how even children with one or other kind of impairment can be a help when we are doing something together. So children also managed to realize that yes, inclusion is something which is important.
Stigmas were broken, stereotypes were questioned, and minds were opened. 30 staff members from BSS and 10 from other childcare institutions and short stay homes participated actively in these sessions, gaining a deeper understanding of disability and inclusion. These sessions not only built awareness but also inspired a collective commitment to make these inclusions a reality in their institutions. Understanding disability is one thing, but experiencing it is another. Aaina introduced a unique workshop where 50 children and 10 staff members were placed in real-life disability simulations. Blindfolds, tied limbs, navigating obstacles to help them feel what it means to live in a world that isn't always accessible.
आईना तरफ आमको ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता केमती पिला मानू जाकि निज स्कूल शिखई पार गोटे दिखाई आमर फग जम्प विषय 8-10 जन पिला भितर आप गोटे कंपिटिशन करके से गेमटा को केमती शिखेबे पिला मानू
गोटे ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता जोटा आईना तरफ 2 दिनिया इनक्लूसिव स्पोर्ट्स बा सम्मानित क्रीड़ा उपरे गोटे ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता जो थी कि आम जेनराल आउ विभिन्न प्रकार डिसेबल पिला मानू नहीं किपरि भाव में क्रीडार अनुष्ठित करवा तापर आमको विभिन्न प्रकार ट्रेनिंग दि जाता आ सब पिला नहीं आम खेलला देखिए सब पिला मध्य गोटे कोऑपरेशन भल रोचे आ समस्ते समस्त सहयोग कर भल भाव से खेली पारे।
रिसेंटली आईना तरफ आमको जो 5 दिनिया साइन लैंग्वेज बा सांकेतिक भाषा उपर जो ट्रेनिंगटा देइथिले सेथिरे किछि आमको अक्षर सिखेइले किछि माने नंबर सिखेइले तापर आमको प्रत्येक दिन आम जो कार्यशैली जहाँ करूचु ता ऊपर मध्य आमको ट्रेनिंगटा देले या विषय आमको आगुर धारणा किछि नथिला किंतु वर्तमान आम से जानिला पर आम जाने जे आम किछि माने बाहर एको किछि व्यवहार करि पारिबो।
Communication is the foundation of inclusion. To bridge the communication gap, Aaina introduced Indian Sign Language to 50 children and 25 staff members, including educators working with the visually impaired and intellectually disabled children. Over 7 days, participants immersed themselves in learning the basics of sign language, gaining a skill that would enable them to communicate effectively with children who are deaf or hard of hearing. For these children, this was more than just learning a language. It was a bridge to connect, express, and be included. Inclusion is not just about participation, it's about empowerment and independence to ensure that young adults with disabilities are not left behind.
आमर तो ये इनक्लूसिव स्पोर्ट्स है समन्वित खेल सेठार मु भाग नहीं बहुत खुशी लगे मु लुडो गोटे भाग नहीं मुक बचर से समस्त सहित आम खेलु एवं मु तो विजेता हेले से बहुत भल भाव खेलते आम भाया पिला हरई पारी।
Through capacity building, workshops and hand-holding processes, these groups were equipped with skills and knowledge needed to identify sustainable livelihood options, fostering a sense of dignity and self-reliance. Sports should unite, not exclude. Rakshan introduced a 2-day workshop on inclusive sports, where BSS staff learned how to modify games, relax rules, and make every child feel like they belong. Rules are redefined, boundaries are relaxed, and new games were designed where everyone had a place on the field. The practical demonstration of these games allowed the staff to map the challenges and fine-tune the activities for a truly inclusive experience. As the curtains draw on this phase of Rakshan, the impact echoes far beyond the walls of BSS. A generation of empowered children, sensitized staff, and supportive communities now stand as torchbearers of inclusion. They carry forward the vision of a society where no child is left behind, where diversity is celebrated, and where abilities define potential, not limitations.
Rakshan is more than a project, it's a movement, it's a vision. It's a vision of a future where no child is left behind.
Rakshan was not just a project, it was a movement that planted seeds of change, nurtured by empathy, compassion, and the belief that inclusion is not an ideal but a right. As we move forward, these seeds will grow, transforming Kandhamal into a land where every child belongs, every voice is heard, and every life is valued. True change happens when understanding transforms into action. And Rakshan has proven that this change is not just a possibility, it's already unfolding.